When you open a luxury video on any channel, there's certain things you expect to see. Billionaires mostly, maybe royalty, and presidents too sometimes, along with all the fancy things they own. Things like their expensive cars, private jets, watches, their stocks, and all that billionaire stuff you like to see. But these are the things that are valuable right now. Will they always be valuable? Of course not. But this is also the case with the things that the average person buys as well. So in this video, we'll be talking about some of the most surprising, luxurious assets that lose the most value over the years. It's a luxury space-time odyssey from King Luxury. And I'm sure you're hyped for this because I am. So let's get right into it. But first, welcome back to our channel. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video from us. Number 3, TV sets. I don't know if you guys saw this one coming, but yes, TV sets are much cheaper than ever. It's not even hard to grasp. You just have to ask yourself how much time you spend on your PCs and smartphones compared to your TV sets, and you can see why this would be a thing. In fact, maybe you don't watch TV at all. Streaming services, YouTube, and the availability of screens almost everywhere have eclipsed the space that TVs held in society. In the 50s, the first color television from Westinghouse was released to the public for $1,295. This would cost $12,750 in today's money, all for a 15-inch TV to show you pictures in color. 500 units were made, but it never really kicked off as, although they took a price cut, they only sold 30 units. And rumors have it that today, over 60 years later, they never sold those 500 units. The RCA Corporation also tried to mass-produce color TV sets, but sales very poor. By 1997, the 42-inch Fujitsu plasma display was launched for a sum of $17,950, equivalent to $29,600 today. This gives the plasma TV a price per square inch of $33. By 2005, you could get the same screen size from Toshiba for $4,500. $6,000 today and almost $7 per square inch. Today, you could get a 65-inch LG CX OLED for $2,499. $1.18 per square inch, almost $1 per square inch. To be honest, you could even get it for cheaper at other stores. This is a smart 4K Ultra HD HDR OLED TV with Google Assistant, Alexa, as well as compatibility with Netflix, Disney+, YouTube, Apple TV, Prime Video, and more. When you compare that with the $12,000 you had to spend on a Westinghouse, it's humbling. Number 2. Cars. Now, cars don't get devalued in the same way as television sets have done over the years. When controlling for inflation, the prices of cars are pretty much the same over the years, although the technology has improved dramatically. It's still as luxurious as ever. However, some of you must have heard the saying that a car begins to lose value once you drive off the dealer's lot. This is true, and we'll be looking at the cars forecasted to be devalued the most. The process of calculating the valuation, or devaluation in this case, is done by CAP. They use extensive data research to arrive at not just valuations for your automobile, but also the running costs and the predicted valuation in 3 years and more and beyond. A car will be devalued for several reasons, like the rate of production of newer models, the size of the car, fuel consumption, and of course, the mileage on the car, among others. Let's look at some of the cars with the worst predicted devaluation percentages. Bentley Mulsanne. Bentleys are at the top tier of luxury vehicles, and it's one of the most sought-after cars in the world. But it's also one of the brands with great depreciating values. A brand new Bentley Mulsanne will set you back around $240,000. It's the most expensive Bentley you can buy, able to hit a top speed of 305.4 kilometers an hour. But if you try to sell it after 3 years, regardless of its condition, you'll find that it has depreciated by more than 66% of its original price. That means you'll lose a massive $157,000. That's bonkers. Mercedes SL. Despite being a marvel of engineering and performance, Mercedes is not immune to depreciation. In fact, the Mercedes SL is one of the cars that depreciate most in the world. If you buy a brand new Mercedes SL, it'll depreciate a massive 67.7%. Given that it costs $80,000 for starters, you're likely to lose $53,000. So while the Mercedes SL can be a beauty to look at and to be in, it still doesn't have a high after-purchase value. But when it comes to the depreciation percentage of cars, no car has worse depreciation value than the Fiat Tipo. This car costs around $15,000 for starters. If you try to sell it, you'll end up selling it for $4,000. That's a loss of $11,000 and a depreciation percentage of over 70%. This hatchback is genuinely the worst car you can possibly get if you're thinking of recouping some of your initial spendings in the future. Despite a top speed of 193 kilometers an hour, and it's one of the most cost-effective cars in terms of fuel consumption. Number 1. Yachts and jets. Away from cars, other vehicles also have a high depreciation value. Maybe because they're infinitely more expensive, but yachts and jets tend to hold their values far longer than cars. But over the course of 10 years, which do you think would be able to keep more of its value, a yacht or a jet? If you chose a yacht, you'd be right, because over a period of 10 years, ships tend to retain up to 73% of their value, while jets lose way more. And most of the loss of value is because of poor maintenance. Now, we're going to take a look at the worst depreciating yachts and jets and tell you exactly how much they'd set you back if you're selling after 10 years. G200. The Gulfstream 200 stands right there at the top with its peers in terms of providing comfort. It's a sleek 8-passenger aircraft that can be crewed by 2 people with a cruise speed of 459 kts or 528 mph. Getting one costs $3,500,000, but it has a 10-year depreciation value of 69%, retaining only 31% of its value. Terrible if you ask me, but I'm sure anyone rich enough to own one can always sell it off and get another without being too set back by the 7-figure loss. Beneteau Oceanus 55 series. You know how people get rich and the first thing they do is go sailing and take great pictures and videos on a luxury yacht? Well, this is that luxury yacht. Equipped with an electric swim platform, an exquisite mainsail arch and mast position, this sailing yacht is a fantastic example of master craftsmanship. Its interior is simply stunning, and there are areas to relax and bask in the sun. This yacht is, simply put, stunning, and it costs $550,000. Over the course of 10 years, the Beneteau Oceanus 55 series has a constant depreciation value of $150,000. That's $15,000 per year, retaining around 73% of its value. And this is one of the worst depreciating boats. The retained value might be mainly because it's in demand by people who just got rich and want to take pictures and make videos on a yacht. Saving the worst for last, let's take a look at the Learjet 60XR. The Bombardier Learjet 60XR is a cutting-edge aircraft masterpiece. With the sleekest of designs both on the exterior and interior, this jet is a 9-passenger piece of flying heaven, albeit an expensive piece of heaven. This jet costs $14 million, or $3,850 per hour when it's being chartered. But it also has the worst depreciation value of 26%. That's a 74% depreciation and a staggering loss of $10 million. That's a genuinely worrying number for anyone who's not a billionaire, but then again, only billionaires buy these things. Well, there are many other things that lose value over time. We just found these ones to be the most interesting. Is there any other greatly devalued property you think we should have covered and you would like to see a video about? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave us a like. You can check out the King Luxury channel for more videos all about luxury. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.